Hi everyone, my name is Jordan Larson and I'm going to be doing my presentation on online bullying. So what is online bullying? Online bullying is also known as cyberbullying. Cyberbullying could be anything from harassment, it could be a student threatening another, it could be simple as them just embarrassing another student, or just targeting another person, either singling them out or a group of people targeting another one. Sometimes it can be very easy to spot, such as an obvious post or comment on social media, but other times it can be an accident based on just tone or intent. As we know in the text messaging, email, uh, technological world we live in, so many times the tone gets perceived as something different than what it really is, and unfortunately with online bullying, this could lead to some very serious issues. As a teacher, many times this cyberbullying is not happening in our class. It's happening away when the students are at home or in another class. But there are some signs we can look for in our students to hopefully catch something before it does get to one of those serious situations. So some issues such as frequent headaches, stomach aches, faking illness, things like that could be ways students are trying to avoid a situation. Big one would be declining grades, loss of interest in schoolwork at all, and maybe even not wanting to go to school. Again, a way for the students to avoid these situations. Sudden loss of friends or avoidance of social situations. They get away from the students they're normally hanging out with because they've been picking on them. Or something a little more intense, not always, but could definitely be an issue, would be lost or destroyed clothing, books, electronics. Everyone has an iPhone these days. Excuse me. The big issue too is most kids won't ask for help. I know I work at a middle school and kids just will not ask because they don't want to be embarrassed by their friends or the backlash that could come to them because they told on one, they called a tattletale, and issues can arise from that. And just again, rejection from other students or friends because they're known as the kid who told the teacher, so people don't want to hang out with them or say things around them. So as a teacher, it's important for us when we think something might be happening to really look for these signs so we can approach the student instead of them coming to us. Now, as teachers, when we see these signs, there are definitely some things we can do to be proactive to try and help these students out. First thing, we need to take it seriously, okay? Many things may seem small but can definitely blow up into something big. We just talked about the signs. Hopefully we can recognize the signs. We can ask other students. Students always want to talk. When I catch kids cheating, I say other students are going to rat you out. So we really can have our other students help. We need to respond to the incident. This is a big one. When it happens, we need to respond instead of just doing nothing and thinking it might blow over, because many times that's not the case. And if need be, we need to get the parents involved. Parents can play a big issue, and when they don't know anything's wrong, they may not do anything. But when they do know things are going on, they can definitely help us in trying to find out what's going on with their children. And speaking of getting parents involved, that actually helped me find out a little issue that I was having in my class. It happened on Edmodo, which is a social platform, used just for class, but students also tend to take it outside of the class context. I had a bunch of students just kind of ganging up, picking on a single student based on a video game, which seems harmless. It's nothing, but it did turn a little worse as kids kept going with it. I don't think they meant to be mean. It was just, I think that video game is terrible. This kid loved it, and he was really getting picked on for it on the class forum portion. Luckily, it didn't get out of control, but I didn't see it at first because I don't always check my Edmodo, and I actually had a parent mention something. Again, they got involved. I was able to look at it, take care of it, and cut anything out before something really serious actually happened. But this shows that something really small, like a video game, can turn into something much bigger. And again, luckily I was able to catch it and we were able to nip the situation before it got big. But this just shows little things can definitely turn big. And finally, there's a ton of information out there on this cyberbullying. Unfortunately, it's something that we're seeing more and more these days. So I think as teachers, we really need to educate ourselves so we know what's going on so we're able to stop it as quick as we can. Thank you.